Hello, 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 and welcome to Less is More, where we talk about personal credit and business credit. And today we're going to talk about consumer law. Consumer law is a method into which you can actually use the laws that were created by lawyers, for lawyers, and in this case, you're going to use them for yourself and use them against these credit reporting agencies for the violations of the law that they're currently doing. A lot of times what you don't know, you don't know. So in this video, I am teaching you how to use consumer law to dispute your charge-offs and your late payments. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on disputing using consumer law. Let's go over some facts here. In this video, I'll teach you how to use consumer law to dispute items on your credit report that you thought were possible to remove. Many credit repair companies take, and do many rounds and letters trying to get charge-offs and late payments removed from your credit report. And in many occasions, they are not successful. By them not being successful and not removing these charge-offs and these late payments off your consumer report, what this does, it hinders your credit repair journey, and in many occasions, you pretty much stop continuing the process of fixing and repairing your credit because you get frustrated with the process. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you today is something that I recently learned, and I couldn't wait to share with my viewers because you deserve to have good credit. And not everyone thinks like me, and many just want, we just want to make money off the backs of the hardworking families. I choose to share and educate. I also feel that, if you know better, you do better. So this is why I choose to educate, because this will hopefully have like a rampant spread and we can learn from each other. I grew up hearing it takes a village. And I want to continue with that wonderful saying. If I know it, I will teach it, and it's up to you to put the information to use. So let's go ahead and get started with the first law that I want to tackle in here, and it's 15 USC 1681A. And this is the definitions and rules of construction when it comes to your consumer report. In paragraph AD1, it states that a consumer report means any written, oral, or other communication of any information by a consumer reporting agency, Equifax, TransUnion, or Equifax, TransUnion, or Experian. It's what they refer to as consumer reporting agency, bearing on a consumer's credit worthiness, credit standing, credit capacity, character, general reputation, personal characteristics, or mode of living which is used or expected to be used or collected in whole or in part for the purpose of serving as a factor in establishing the consumer's eligibility, either for credit, employment, and such. There's an exclusion, and this is what I highlighted here, is an exclusion. The term consumer report does not include, and this is very important that you listen, is report containing information solely as to transactions or experiences between the consumer and the person making the report. If we go to the beginning, a person is an individual, partnership, corporation, trust, estate, cooperative, association, government or government subdivision, or agency or other entity. The consumer is you, the individual. So with that being said, an exclusion to your consumer report is your transactions or experiences between you and that creditor, between you and that bank, between you and that financing company, between you. So therefore, it should not be on your consumer report. Let's go ahead and go to the next one so you can kind of see where consumer law is going to be beneficial to you to know it. The next one is USC code 1666 Bravo, and that is the timing of payments. A creditor may not treat a payment on a credit card account under an open-end consumer credit plan as late for any purpose. That is important for you to know when it comes to late payments, because it clearly states in the 15 USC code that you cannot put it on the credit consumer report. So with all this being said, I also want to bring to your attention the Form 1099-C. A 1099-C is a form that is completed by the creditor, whether it's a bank, whether it's a finance company, whoever you may owe money to, that has decided to charge off your account. Okay, a 1099-C is a form that they have to file with the IRS in order for them to get credit for that cancellation of debt, meaning so they don't have to pay taxes on it because it was canceled. It was a debt that was canceled for them. So when they file that 1099-C, what happens is you receive it from the IRS, and now that becomes income. You have to file that 1099-C as an addition to your income because they charged off the debt that you did not pay. So what they're saying is you had a debt, you did not pay it, but you did incur you did actually receive the goods and services for whatever that debt was for, whether it was a car, whether it was a credit card, whether it was trips. You did incur that debt. So therefore, it's going to be considered income when they file that 1099-C. So keep that in mind, that a 1099-C makes the debt now as income. As you state in the bottom line of this slide deck, Form 1099-C must be filed regardless of whether the debtor is required to report the debt as income. So by me stating that, the charge-off explanation is this. Now knowing what I explained to you, this is the logical reason why a charge-off is not legal. Excuse me. Once an account has become delinquent and the creditor has considered it a charge-off in their books, they file a 1099-C. Filing a 1099-C basically switches the debt from a debt to an income. Therefore, income is not reportable on a consumer report. So by me saying that income is not reportable on a consumer report, why are they having a charge-off on your consumer report when that has already been switched over to income? There's no such thing as a charge-off. It was a charge-off when it actually happened at first. They did a 1099-C, and now it's considered income. So this is why it's important for you to know consumer law and to understand why some of the things happen the way they do. And for me, this explanation of a charge-off and why late payments should not be on your consumer credit report is important, because this will help you get a lot of things off your credit report that you may have, such as charge-offs or late payments. This next slide, I actually provided a copy of a charge-off letter and a copy of a late payment letter. What you can do is you can freeze the screen. I don't have it put in my description yet. I will eventually put it down in the description. But as of right now, you could go on ahead and take a screenshot of this, and you could actually recreate this letter yourself. And basically, the above, to whom it may concern, is just going to be your basic information, your name, your address, and then it's going to be the credit reporting agency that you're going to be sending it to. I hope this helps and explains a little bit more about the consumer law. And again, as I learn, you learn. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.